Ooh. Hey y'all, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I'm sorry, I messed up my intro, but it's all right. I'll do it on the next, do it right on the next one. I hope everybody is having a blessed day. Thank you to all my love bugs that are supporting me. Is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I want to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just telling me about your empathic gift. And if you feel like the videos give you good vibration or just an uplift that you would love to share with the loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that may be going through some trying times and needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give a girl a thumbs up, like, and also share in the social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. Hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101, Heyokas Moving Fiercely in Growth of Seeing All as signs, and get that deeper understanding instead of being in a repetitive cycle. And that is so daggone true. I was just talking about that in a different video where, if you get towards that point in your life, it's like you're going through euphoria or even nostalgia or whatever, and you can sit back and see how your life, but if they're not the ones you've been hoping for or looking for, is leading you towards that. So they always want to tell us to always look at things from a broader perspective, seeing everything as a sign. Even when you walk in somewhere and you go somewhere next, you're thinking, okay, I got to go make this right turn. Next thing you know, it says dead end. And it could be just the situation where you're at that dead end of that cycle or that situation, and we're branching you off towards something else. Or even if you've been directed in collabing with their gifts and stuff like that. Even if you've been doing something for a while with your creativity, and it's like you feel like you're burnt out, like you're not really being productive in that situation, it doesn't mean that you're that you're going to stop that one and you're not passionate about it anymore. It probably is just because you're being redirected towards different things, so you don't get caught up in that loop of this is taken on in the right direction, but there are certain things that need your focus at that time that you probably need to heal on, or different things that you need to go ahead and cut ties with, or just being able to see it from a broader perspective as everything else. And and they wanted you to have that deeper understanding with a lot of things, even if it feels like why am I in this repetitive cycle? I'm so past ready to go. But a lot of times, as I've said before, there's a lot of times you're ready to go when you feel you're ready to go, because sometimes those situations can be unbearable. It can get uncomfortable. It can be towards that point like, oh my God, this is like emotionally and mentally draining. And a lot of times, if we're focused on the wrong thing, you can miss so many blessings because you're so focused on certain things in your life. And it happens. We go through that. Like I've said before, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So we carry the human emotion about different things that we want most dearly into our lives, where we feel like it's not fair on certain situations, or I should have had it by now. We always got to trust in divine timing. Whatever's going to be for you is going to be for you, no matter what. And they want you to be able, when you're waiting on those situations, they still want you to branch off and do different things that's going to uplift you, and a lot of these different energies that's coming on, it can have your emotions and your energy all over the place. I know a lot of people are lacking sleep right now. You're feeling very lethargic or fatigued or certain things like that, even if you get a full night's sleep. But you have to understand, you're purging a lot of different things out of your life. You're seeing certain things as for what they are, instead of you allowing yourself to absorb, instead of it's like became that emotion again. And it's like when you're becoming that emotion again, you're allowing yourself to go back in that same sequence that was only just coming up to the surface, saying, you know what, you just need to let that go. Allow yourself to know, universe is underway in so much powerful work in those different things that you may be taking place in, whether it made it feel like the enemy was, had the last laugh, or you got people that's watching you suffer and getting a big kick out of it and stuff like that. But these are the things that are really, 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 really helping you grow in so many different things. Because it's just like a lot of times when we feel a certain way, it's totally opposite on what is taking place. And you'll know, when things are taking place like that, because you'll start seeing different synchronicities. 222 is just right there. You are being loved, but also it lets you have that faith. If you're seeing 444, there's different things that are coming in their perspective of you that you don't see exactly what's going on behind the scenes. Universe is pulling a lot of strings in your favor, and sometimes the things that we face constantly may not feel that way. It may feel like God is punishing us on certain situations, and it can really feel like that. But a lot of times, I have to remind myself on certain things that happen. God got to be cruel to be kind sometimes. That man got a dark humor, and those are the things that's telling you, like, hey, these are things that we had to be able to show you from a different point of view, but it's going to take you to be able to direct yourself towards that view instead of taking it personal. These are the things that strengthen you, because there will be a time in your life where certain things that is taking place, and it can be, probably a year ago. And you can even certain things that you may even look like now that, even though I'm not exactly where I want to be, these situations that I've been placed in from these different situations with people I've connected with, certain decisions I made, choices I made, directions I made, has really changed me for the better. Even when it may not feel like that, you may see different people catching blessings and stuff like that, and you're just wondering where yours are. You don't know where you're going to fall in line to those different things. But when you're allowing yourself to, stay focused and trying your hardest not to allow yourself to get into heavy vibrations of getting upset and depressed and stuff like that. And it can happen. Because like I said, it's just like all these daggone, the full moon done got everybody up in that. It was just like, because I knew something from a few days ago. I'm like, why am I feeling this way? It's just like, and I'm just like looking, next thing I see on one of the, platforms is like the full moon. I said, there, I already know, right there it is. And usually, if you're going through deep, spiritual cleansing within yourself, you're going through spiritual cleansing, transmutation, you're ascending, then you're towards different chapters of Dark Night of the Soul, as well as Kundalini. So a lot of those times, those emotions tend to carry a little bit extra weight when it's trying to clear a lot of different things out. And it can have you in so many different directions. It could be like, especially if you have people that have transitioned over and then you're really longing for them, for that support, for that connection. And it's just like, you're like, they're not there anymore. But you have to understand, if they're no longer here, they took that oath to be able to say, even if I'm not in the physical with them and I supported them through all this stuff, I'm still doing it over in the spiritual realm. So don't ever feel that way, because a lot of times it's just like, I miss my mom terribly, but there'll be certain things that'll come up, and I know my mom's trying to make me laugh. I'm like, Mom, I ain't trying to laugh at that right now. I end up laughing anyway. And I tell her, thank you. Even though I be in my emotional state, I know she was doing that just to uplift me. So you're going through a lot of different things. And sometimes you even from you purging so much and you're trying to understand, I done had a full night's sleep. Why am I waking up so tired? You have to understand, you have purged out a lot. You are cutting cords with a lot of things. You're forgiving yourself for a lot of things that you have, played your part in, or things that you have just held on to for so long. And for that to happen, it's like transparent in your, in your energy. So when you're doing that, it's recycled. And it's like when you're taking that out, you're bringing it back. So your body's just trying to catch up with that. Then it's like I hear is at the same time is DNA regeneration, or, it's going towards that next level, which takes a lot of energy. You're going through hot flashes, hot, cold, there'll be certain times of the night you're probably burning up, you stick that one foot out and then you're feeling better again, or you're putting on different fans, or, drinking a lot of water, you're feeling dehydrated, cotton mouth, probably having a lot of sinus congestion, because you're opening up your third eye vibration. So it's going to do a lot with your sinuses and stuff like that. So you're going through these initial changes where you're seeing everything, from a sign. And it is like, now you have gone through it so much. Now you have a deeper understanding on why certain things are taking place. And if you think about something, a lot of times you answer your own questions, the things that you seek on, you may even say it to yourself. I'm like, Dad, that's what that was. Yeah. And those are the things that you're really starting to figure out a lot more quicker than you were before. And so it's just like, even though you may be in that vibration where it feels like, you know what, I'm really ready to close this door, you are clearing out all that frequency. So it's just like, don't stay focused on that chapter, but just pay attention to the growth. And that's what they just told me. Don't pay attention to the chapter, but just pay attention to the growth that's taking place. Your strength is getting a lot better. And there's a lot of times, even when you are in that chapter of your life, it's going to be a point in your life that you're going to look back at that and truly appreciate what those hard times taught you. Because a lot of times, it takes a lot out of a person where you're in emotional depression, because you'll start thinking of different things of how you may have supported other people. And then when it came to you needing that, they got ghost real quick. Or it's like certain people that you brought into your life, and it came to that point, they're nowhere to be seen. You needed that when you were that person that listened to everybody else's issues and problems and gave them good advice. And now it's like, it's your turn and they're not there. And a lot of times that can be very hurtful to you. It's just like, what did I do? A lot of times though, it's like, if those people are not in that they don't have good intentions for you in your life, or it's just certain things they may be doing in their life, and that can connect with your time span. And a lot of times universe will clear that right out. It's like, look, they got certain things that's going on in their life. You don't need to be connected with that. So we pulled you out. A lot of times rejection is your greatest protection. So, there's a lot of things that's clearing out. And there's some people that are still stuck in that situation where they don't want to hold themselves accountable. They don't want to, go through that healing. And those are the things, and it can be, you can look at certain things at certain people like, tag, I wish they would allow themselves to heal. But, you can't force that on anybody. You have to be able to just know you are only responsible for you. Now it's different when you have little children and stuff like that, you're responsible for them. But when it comes to people that are at this age where they know what they need to deal with and what they choose to not deal with, what they want to ignore, what they need to be fixated on, look, they're creating their own chaos. You just have to be able to detach yourself from that and let it do what it do, and just send blessings towards that way. And even the things that you're disconnecting from, they always tell you to let it go with love, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. There's so many different things that you detach yourself from. You have to say, even though it was the most hurtful thing in your life, it taught you so much. Even when people treat you wrong, it teaches you to be a better person. Just like, you've done different things. And sometimes we can get in our feelings and say, I wish I never, did anything for this person. They just really took me for granted and stuff like that. Don't do that. And they always tell us, don't do that. You were that person, you were that blessing. It was supposed to do that way, because it was only supposed to be that point in time. Like they always say, people in your life for a reason and some people in your life for a season. And you have to be able to tell the difference between the two. And if they say that time is up, that time is up. You really can't, you can't force that kind of sequence in your life when it's no longer needing to be there, because if you do, you end up, messing your own self up. And you can't say nothing like that. I can blame myself because they don't show me so many signs about that. But just being able to say, even though this situation just broke my heart in a million pieces, or it kept me up in sleepless nights, let me just allow myself to know this is that situation that just showed me it wasn't for me anymore. Or just allow myself to place whatever I was giving somebody else that I lacked within giving myself. Now it's that time to return that back. Detach whatever you have gotten from them, and allow them to keep that energy, and you take back what you have for yours. And just being able to say good path, God bless. I didn't want to say good riddance because that's not good, but that was that ego trying to come up. I'm like, oh, good riddance. But no, you just tell them peace be with you. you know, and whatever God feel like they deserve, whatever, especially for something real toxic, whatever God has, whatever they feel like God wants to deserve, let karma sort that self out, sort itself out. But those are the things, just letting this situation taught me to be so much stronger. Don't even have a bitter vibration about that, because there are so many different things that came in my life, and it took me a long time not to be bitter about a lot of different things, especially if it was personal and intentional for certain things. But then it's just like, even when it was that way, you still can't take it personal, because a lot of time, all the time, it is not having nothing to do with you, and it's just like, there are certain people who are just like that, and you have to be able to be accepting of that and just still keep moving on. But allow yourself to see everything as a sign, seeing what is trying to tell you, allow yourself to really dive deep and see what you need to learn about yourself, about the path, the vibration you're being led to, the path you're being led to. Because, it's just like, when you allow yourself to see everything as a sign, it tends to be, that insight that you truly needed, that you may have been looking for this whole time, is always coming from within. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. Like I said before on my last video, I usually be having my live chat right now, but things got crazy for me today, and I'm starting off major late. So, I gotta let it do what it do. So, like I said, I always leave my contact information in the description box below. If it's just about spiritual networking, if you may want to share, certain views that you have dealt with, and you may have questions about it, or it's just certain things you want to share and just get my insight about it. A lot of people do that. And I mean, it really is a good situation, because it's like so many different things we can learn off of each other that can really help us grow. So even if it's that, it's like I said, it's spiritual networking. And, if you need some spiritual assistance, I try my best to be able to help you through my, my experience, or, where I'm being led to be able to give you that insight, or just finding the information for you, just to give you a deeper understanding. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Divine Storm Portal 888. Brian Dodgery and Project Delta, and Mighty Robs. Much love to you as well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. Please drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. As well, I keep on forgetting to leave my link at the bottom below. I also do podcasting as well. And then I, on my community page, I usually give out different things that's going on, within the universe that you may not be aware of, in case you're going through different changes and they're very intense, or just different, positive posts, as well as funny posts as well. And I've been starting to do little, YouTube beta shorts. I've been doing those as well as like different Instagram reels that I listen to throughout the day that really, uplifts me. I always love to share with other people as well, and make sure they have their tagline, because it's, their videos. I don't want to ever take credit for those, but just being able to, hey, if you're ever on Instagram, make sure you you follow them, because they really do have good good vibrations to really, uplift you in ways that you truly may have needed at that time. And plus, they really do have some good videos anyway, because they really do help me out in that way. So I always love to share that information, but also give them their props as well. So I hope y'all have a blessed, safe day, prosperous week, whatever you're working hard on, and to just to be able to manifest into your life. I hope it comes so much bigger and better than you ever imagined, and comes sooner than you ever expected. And even through, social distancing, distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. All those things really take somebody a long way. And you will see me on my next video. Much love to you. Peace.